Hey everyone, this is the playlist for August 3rd, and for this one we have Deadlight, Tribes Ascend, and Minecraft. This is not going to be as big as the other playlists, mainly because most of the games I've been playing have been on console, and it's hard to find footage for that unless you have a way of recording that, and I don't really have a good way of recording it. But Deadlight is on here, and that's a console game, and that is what we're watching here first. So this is Deadlight. It is an Xbox Live arcade game that is a platformer with zombies everywhere. And it has great art design, great graphics. The platforming's pretty good. It has puzzles all over the place, but they're not very challenging, honestly. It's more challenging sometimes just to land on something particular or try to get away from a zombie horde, which is a lot of fun, especially when you have a specific amount of bullets and you just can't do it. And it obviously has more of a focus on survival than killing zombies. And the game has a narrative as you go through the story, which is only about 3-4 hours long, but there are collectibles to find, and it's been really enjoyable. And I just beat it, and I'll be writing a review for it pretty soon. You can find it on Xbox Live for about $15. It does have a trial, which is basically a demo of the first section of the game. So that's a good bet, and if you like that, you'll generally like the whole game. The story isn't quite as well rounded as I would like, but if you want to hear more about it, check out the review. Next up we have Minecraft by Mojang Entertainment, and it is PC only. There are other versions of the game for Android and iPhone, and a recently released version on Xbox Live, but they are pretty much different versions entirely. I mean, they're still technically trying to do the same thing, but I can't honestly say the PC version's the same as the other ones. It's just not correct. Anyways, they just released a new patch for this after I think about 3 or 4 months of nothing. And with it we got new temples, some changes to the biomes, which are like the snow or jungle or forest and desert, different ones like that. And there are some new blocks. There's a bare bones adventure mode, which doesn't really do anything yet, but that could be pretty exciting in the future. Right now all it does is remove the ability for players to build anything, and all they can do is interact with villagers and towns and monsters and all that. They also added trading and the ability to write in books, which both are not too fleshed out quite yet, but they work okay as they are. More so than adventure mode does right now. And so far all I've shown off right here is just random stuff we've made with the new patch on a multiplayer server, which are pretty easy to set up. And I'm going into desert here, and this is a NPC village that was pretty close by. Oddly enough, zombies attacked the town last time we were here and started killing all the villagers, so there's not a few left. But we used to have a ton of villagers to trade stuff with, and there's a whole currency for that now, emeralds, which you can find in dungeons or temples. Temples are pretty common. Spent about 30 minutes looking for them, and we found 2 so far. And I'm about to show a outside view of one up here. Temples also have tripwire in them, which is new, and they have traps and monsters. But this texture pack here, if you're wondering why Minecraft looks different, is the John Smith texture pack. It's a high resolution texture pack. It's generally the only one I use now because I think it looks pretty good, but there are a lot of other good ones out there too. And next time I do a video on Minecraft, I'm going to do one on MineZ, which is a multiplayer server mod for Minecraft that is based after the popular zombie mod DayZ for Arma 2. And that looks pretty interesting. I haven't tried it yet, but that will be hopefully next week. Next up we have Tribes Ascend by Hi-Rez Studios, which is a first-person competitive shooter for PC only. It is available on Steam, and it is free to play. It has a bunch of different modes, like Capture the Flag, Capture and Hold, which is like your Battlefield kind of mode. But Capture the Flag is generally the main mode that most people play, and that I personally play because probably their most well-rounded mode, and it's the only mode that has like generators and bases and all that. And you can normally go and take out the enemy's generators and destroy all their defenses and repair and upgrade defenses and lots of interesting stuff with bases. The free-to-play model normally scares the crap out of me with any game. It makes me not want to play it. But Tribes Ascend handles it pretty well. You start with a couple of classes, and it doesn't take too long to start unlocking more. By about 10 hours in, you can have most of the classes in the game unlocked. The only real problem is that when it starts coming to unlocking weapons and items and boosters, it takes a really long time, and it's a little annoying, especially because you can just buy them, obviously, and there are some weapons and items that are much stronger than the original ones, and it shouldn't ever be like that in a free-to-play game, ideally, but that's just how it is in Tribes. And it's okay for the most part. You can get through most games without noticing that, and you can do pretty damn good with all the original classes and equipment and everything. The maps are pretty big and detailed, and some of them are pretty graphically impressive. There are just bland terrain area like you can see in this, like the desert's just kind of bland, but then there's other parts that look really good graphically, especially since the game is free to play. And it's been around for quite some time, and it's only recently come onto Steam, and I've been enjoying it a lot. And if you want to check out more on Tribes Ascend, check out the info of the video. And that's it for this week's playlist. Next week I hope to have a bigger one, and hopefully more PC games, so I have more footage. But thanks for watching, and if you have any suggestions or recommendations, let me know, and I will see you all next time.